Oh my god, how the f did we not get there? Okay, so day 2 of WCOOP is over. Played 3 tournaments. The first one was a $55 progressive KO. Won about $60 something in bounties in that. Ran up a little bit of a stack, but ultimately busted just before the money. Then played the win the button tournaments. I mean, these were going on at the same time actually as the progressive KO. $22 first bullet, shove Queen Jack into Ace 8, lost. And then the second bullet, flop top pair with a King kicker on a Queen high board. And got it in 3-way, and one of the other guys had Ace Queen. So yeah, fully expected him to be 3-betting Ace Queen pre and getting it in, but he didn't. And yeah, he got us on the flop. So that was a $22. And then the 2-1-5 first bullet, I raised 5s from the cutoff, button flat and small blind ripped. And so I called with the 5s. He had Ace 5 off and hit an ace on the turn, so busted there. And then in the second bullet, managed to get a double straight away. I think middle position open, small blind jammed with 7s, and I had Ace King in the big blind. I called and won that flip. And then yeah, middle position opened like, I don't know, a couple of orbits later. We had pocket 10s in a small blind with about 30 bigs. We 3-bet to induce. He jams, we call, and he has pocket jacks, and we don't find a 10. So yeah, that's pretty much how today went. Played 10 tournaments altogether so far, and cash for about $68, so not ideal. But yeah, it's still early in the series, and you know, let's keep on going. Okay, it's day 3 of WCOOP. Just one WCOOP tournament today, 109 8 max. Okay, so we've had a good 3 hours there. We've gone from 25k starting stack up to 104k. So yeah, we're 327 of 1,811 left. There's 5 minutes left of late reg. Yeah, about 1,000 players away from a cash, and 1,810 players away from $69,000. That was a very, very eventful hour. We lost a huge flip, so I raised the cutoff with about 30 bigs, and the button just shoved for 25 bigs. I had pocket 6s. Made the call, we were up against Ace Queen, and we lost that flip. So then we were down to like 2 bigs. We got it in pocket jacks against Ace Queen suited, against the same person actually, and we won that. And then we managed to get a few shoves through. And then we shoved Ace 8 off for about 11 bigs, and the button called with pocket 4s, and we won that flip. So we're now sitting on 24 bigs. There are 974 left, 815 paid. We are currently 696th. So yeah, I think we'll probably reach the money in the next hour. Hopefully in an hour's time. I've got some good news. Right, we just busted. Yeah, so on the bubble there are about 6 or 7 left. I had Queen 5 off in the small blind, and I covered the big blind, and so that close to the bubble, it's an only 2 card spot. So I shoved Queen 5 off, big blind snap calls with Ace King off, and we don't find a Queen or a 5 or any other cards to give us the best hand, and we drop down to 2.5 big blinds on the bubble. Not ideal, but a couple of hands later the bubble did burst, and yeah, we got our first cash of WCOOP. I think I played well today, just one tournament, and finishing like 10:30. So I got a bit of an evening to relax now. Day off tomorrow, actually. I'm not going to play any tournaments. I've got 3 hours of coaching, I think. So I'm going to focus on that and do some other bits and bobs. And yes, that's going to be it. I'm going to sign off for WCOOP Day 3. Good night. It's about 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Now, I wasn't going to play today because there were no sort of 109s or 215s. And yeah, I had some coaching commitments as well. So I wasn't going to play. Then when I finished coaching at 7 o'clock, I saw that the $55 deep stack was still running, so I flicked that in and we had about 28 big blinds. And what else? And then there was a heads up at 8 o'clock as well, $22 heads up. So I played those two tournaments. Kind of wish I didn't bother. I got aces in against tens in the $55 and didn't win. And in the heads up, the good news was I made round 2, but only because I got a bye through to the second round. So in the second round, just had an opponent that was a bit of a station, and when he bet, he just always had it. Final hand, I rivered a straight. I bet river. He went check on the turn. I bet river. He jammed. There were flushes possible. There was a full house possible, or lots of full houses possible, and I just don't think I can bet fold it straight on the river heads up. But maybe against this guy, you're supposed to, because he's never raising the river as a bluff, and given that he can have a flush, which we did block. We had the jack of clubs, so we did block the flush, but we didn't block any of the full houses. Heads up play, I really don't think you should be bet folding many straights. I mean, he can shove the river with trips as well. So yeah, I think it's very easy in hindsight to say, oh, just like he always has it and you just can't ever bet fold the river with a straight. But you know, there are some opponents that is the case, and maybe we should, but I'm not going to be going around doing that too often. It is Thursday, and I have done 3 hours coaching today. I've edited last week's vlog. And yeah, what else is going on? Oh yeah, we're playing a 109 8 max progressive KO on Stars, and we've doubled up. Update on the 109 8 max progressive KO. We got up to over 4x starting stack without winning any bounties. Then we lost half of our stack, and I can't even remember how. That's never good. Then we won a bounty, small blind shove for about 10 bigs, and we covered him, and we had ace-9 suited, and the flop came ace-king. I think he had king-x, so we were like 99% on the flop to win. So we held there, which was always a nice hold when you're 99% favourite. And then, I think we won some and we lost some, and then eventually we had 20 bigs, and we min-raised from the hijack. The small blind flatted off about 12 bigs, which was super weird. And then the big blind shoves, and obviously we call, we got queens. The small blind folds, and then the big blind has ace king, and yeah, you guessed it, king on the flop. So we busted there, didn't cash. We did win $25 in bounties. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Cleaner came today, and so my place is looking lovely and clean. And now I am going to go and watch a film on Netflix. Right, it's just gone 8:30 on Friday evening. We had 2 tournaments today, the $22 and the 215. Unfortunately, we already busted the 215. We got kings in against ace king and ace on the turn. Don't really know what to say. I'm going to sign off. Right, I just realised that I didn't record any footage yesterday. I did play some events. I played the 5 rebuy and I played the 55 rebuy. I didn't cash in on any of those, or either of those. I also played the $55 turbo, and didn't cash that either. We've got 2 tournaments right now. We've got the 109 and the $11 8 max progressive KOs. We just lost a big one in the $11. A guy in early position limped. We isolated with kings. The flop came 9 high, but it was like 9-8-6 2 diamonds, and he just open shipped the flop for like 3.5x pot. So I called, and he had ace-9, and he hit an ace on the river. So not ideal. So we're down to like 20 bigs in that one now. But yeah, we can keep going. I've got the $55 at 3.30, and then there's 109 half price Sunday Million later on as well. And we are in the money in WCOOP 30 low $55. There are 1,017 left, and there's heaps up top. $50,000, 50 bags for first. Let's get it. Right, we're on a break. Just busted first bullet of the milli, somewhat questionable spot, and then a few hands later on bullet number 2. Got in sixes against jacks and hit a 6. So we're up to 80k, which is about 50 bigs now, I guess. We have about 20 bigs in the $55, that's in the money. The $11 we're doing all right. I can't remember how many bigs we've got. And we're playing the 25 euro rebuy on Unibet. And so we're in that as well. So yeah, let's just see what happens. See you in a bit. Okay, we're going to be shoving here with ace-8 off. Small blinds limit, we've got 15 bigs in the big blind. Okay, we're going to be all in here with jacks and 23 big blinds, shoving from the big blind versus the button. Yeah, so we've got 12 bigs here in the big blind. Middle position 1 opens, he's got lots of chips and seems to be opening pretty wide. So we're going to be all in. I'm expecting to get called here a lot because we've only got 12 bigs. He's got ace-king, so we need to hit a jack. 9-8-5 flop, 10 turn, 4 river. Right, we're all in with aces here against 10s. Good flop, great turn, 10 on the river. Your expectation in this kind of series should be to not win. And yeah, as soon as you have that expectation, and if you do win, then great. And if you don't, you're not going to be disappointed. So just the half price milli left. We're on our second bullet. I think late reg is over. It is. And yeah, there are 7,221 players left and 2,393 places paid. And we're currently on 88k. We have 30 big blinds and a dream. Calling here with Queen 7 suited. He's got ace 5. Oh, 10 or a heart or a queen or a 7. Oh my God, how the f do we not get there? Oh my God, how do we not get there on that board? We only needed a queen, a 7, a 10 or a heart. And none of those came off. We had 62% equity on the flop. Okay, well, that's the end of the day. And that's going to wrap things up for this week. Thanks for tuning in to the vlog. If you loved it, make sure you hit subscribe and I will see you next time. Peace.